We were supposed to just move like Snake. Like, what happened?
Some snakes make a lot of noise.
Yo, what did I miss? I came in, you guys were dancing? What was this? I mean, I like a good dance.
I was thinking we could have charmed the snakes out of the room or like got them to show us where some stuff was.
You talking to the snakes? What did they say?
I tried, but they just kind of were like glurble, glurble. How was the prayer session, guys?
So I want to take this moment to apologize to you, Oziar. I came in there. I was a little on edge from the last room, and I just thought that at any moment these guys were going to turn and do some craziness. And I'm going to be honest, for the first time in my life, I wanted to protect my son. And something came over me, and I was like, yo, that's my boy! And I stabbed him twice.
Have you ever considered walking away?
You know what? Yeah, one day I might actually do that. I want to go over to D. I want to dust off any debris that's on his purple robes right now, look him right in the eyes and be like, you do me proud every time.
When I see that happen, I says, even the greatest man can be conquered by a speck of dust in the eye.
As I hear that, I dust myself off as well.
I want to run over to Best Boy and give him my potion.
Stop, dragon gnome thing, lady. Let me handle the beast. That's 7 points, my guy.
Thank you.
Well, Xolen has those barbs, and so once I collect those barbs, I make it a point to pray over each one of them.
I just want to peek into the other room and see like what made Zero and Oziar come this way.
A few moments later.
What the?
I have problems. Really deep-seated issues. I have trust issues, and I thought they were gonna kill my boy. I did what I had to, and I'm sorry.
Do you speak Draconic?
No, I do not. D does.
I want to turn to Droop and say, I see where you get it from.
This is the we have to deal with.
I'm gonna take the sword off of my back, and I want to look at it and see if I notice anything about it, because at this point I realize that this is all for Sildar in the first place. This thing has got to help us somehow, right?
That'd be an Arcana check.
All right. 16.
You kind of get the idea that this is a nice sword, but it's just a sword.
Then put it back on my back.
Do you think those goblins in there are going to be willing to worship the dragon when he gets here?
I think they'll worship whoever is taking care of them. I don't think it would matter.
The dragon did say per contract that we would clear the castle. If we left these goblins, that would be the opposite of clearing the castle, meaning our word was not 100%. And we did see that dragon, right? So does anybody want to hand the dragon anything that's not 100%?
They do not bother us. Leave them alone. Let's go.
I said we tie him up.
Yeah, why don't we put him to sleep and tie him up?
And
We're not sleeping them. I don't have sleep. I have kill.
I'll escort them out when we're ready to go.
Understood. You guys all heard that? Brother Oziar said that this is his responsibility. Awesome.
All right, let's go.
Yeah, let me perception check the door. Both of us, actually. Okay. Ooh, let's go with my perception check of 24. Sounds silent. Let's stealthily walk out here, Oziar.
Stop making me do stealth checks, y'all. Like, shit. It's a disadvantage on me. Like, it doesn't even make sense to continually say stealth when clearly I'm not gonna make it.
Yo, no stealth then, Dio. Can we just walk out?
Yeah. To the north and to the south, you see very similar sheer curtains that you passed through in that last room. and then directly ahead of you, about 15 feet, you see another door.
All right, guys. I look behind. I just look behind everybody. I turn, not loudly. I'm like, all right, I see another curtain like we saw in the chapel prayer room. And then I see a door. I'm going to move out so you guys can slowly come out and see what I see. So I just move out the way so everybody can come out.
Yeah, you guys all see this. Curtain to the north, curtain to the south, door to the east. With just piled up with rubble. This area in particular seems to just be utterly leveled. Whatever aging process has been slowly destroying the house, which I guess would just be, nature. It's been pretty harsh on this area in particular.
I examined some of the stone.
Investigation.
Yeah,
Can I gauge how old this place is?
Sure. Go ahead and make a nature check with advantage because we'll say this is in your wheelhouse.
13.
It's old. This was made by someone much more sophisticated for a much greater purpose, but it's been lost to time.
This is a very, very old building. It may hold very, very old secrets and dangers.
I'm down to try the curtain to the left. I mean, last time we went in there, it was praying goblins, so I'm assuming it's going to be as easy as that. Well, I guess I want to trap check or pressure plate or whatever, anything. 15.
Yeah, no, D doesn't find any traps.
What do we see?
To the door, you actually see a considerable amount of sunlight compared to previous rooms.
Okay.
It looks like this tower has almost completely collapsed. Ground floor still got a lot of open space. There are rotting crates, ancient barrels. Provisions were probably stored here at some point, but maybe a recent cave-in has stopped that with new sunlight coming in. Heavy curtain, obviously behind you. To the north, however, you see a short passage, like right where the kind of rubble ends, and then you see another screen with what is obviously sunlight beyond. This is pretty clearly another entrance into the castle. And then a door to your right.
You guys come in here.
Okay.
Or was here at one point, like they were using this for storage for some of the provisions. You can see where like some of it is even crushed under some of the rubble. And a lot of the stuff that's in here is rotted, sun exposed. Virtually none of this is any good.
There's not too much in the room. Keep pressing onward.
Xolen touches that door over there.
All right, you gonna do a perception check on the door?
Yeah.
I was afraid of the door.
20. 17 plus 3.
Beyond the door, you hear, again, just silence.
I open it cautiously. And I just looking down, I'm looking as far as I can see.
A slight creak as the door opens. Beyond it, you can see about 15 feet in front of you, another door. This seems to be a small kind of an antechamber of sorts. To the south and east, to your right, you can see just barely out of view, but you can kind of see this the far eastern edge of it, another curtain.
It opens up a little bit. I says, "This seems to be an entranceway to examine the castle even further. There's a curtain at the end of this hall, and a door."
Ooh, curtains. All right, I, Zero, get excited about curtains and possibly more praying. So I follow.
Super excited about that.
I'm super excited about not killing these guys, so I'm definitely want to see what the deal is. And I'm hoping that one of these quote-unquote religious types fights me so I can get juicy.
Okay.
All right.
Are we all following up?
Yeah, I follow.
Follow.
You guys see before you another door, and then to the south, a curtain. What are you going to do?
Well, I perception checked the door. I feel like I did good the last time. Why not? I get a 12 on that one.
Well, with that roll, you do hear a little bit of sound beyond. A tiny bit of conversation, perhaps, but it's sort of muddled, and you also the doors kind of open behind you, and you can kind of hear the sounds of the outside world. So you get the sense that there might be something behind this, someone behind this.
I do detect there might be something amiss on the other side of this door. But sometimes the stone confuses me, so maybe someone else that's more versed in these matters might want to examine.
And best
0.
Yeah, sure. I'll perception the door.
Sure.
Good perception. Ooh, good perception. 22.
You hear goblin beyond the door, like the goblin tongue being used.
How much goblin tongue? Like multiple people?
2 individuals, distinct voices.
How much goblin tongue?
How much goblin tongue? A lot of it.
Yeah.
The most goblin tongue.
Yeah, okay. Actually, you guys, I'm feeling a little creative. Can I do something?
Noita's drunk. She just wants to see the surprise.
Awesome. All right. What is a goblin deity?
The one that Noita noticed earlier was Maglubiet.
Maglubiet.
Yeah.
And that's who they were. Okay. So what I want to do is I'm going to crack the door lightly. I'm going to cast Dancing Light. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cast this thing, and I'm like, I am Maglubiet, right? Like from the door, and I'm like, just like in the room. I'm just like, you.
It's not going to make any sound.
Is that going to make any sense? No, I know. I'm from the door making the sound. It's just in there.
Wizard of Ozing them?
Yeah, dude.
So they said that they're not going to stop you from doing this, so you are doing this now.
Yes.
Okay. So we're going to go ahead and take a quick 10-minute break.
10 minutes later.
First off, roll a sleight of hand check.
Damn. 16.
You see what appears to be a human man in conversation with the largest bugbear you've ever seen. Next to the bugbear is a dire wolf. This is a very, very, very large wolf. Against the wall is the form of a dwarf lying unconscious. You saw all that. So none of you know that, but 0 sees this, and then you do what?
I slowly step back, DM. So I crack to see it, and I'm like, oh, that's a lot of stuff to see.
We'll say that you decide against your original rash decision.
Oh, yeah. Because I rolled good enough to see the error in my ways. Yeah.
Wizard of Oz the bugbear?
You
Think in terms of the crawfish. It crawls forward slowly, but moves back with speed.
And I slowly just I just turn around and I'm like, so the biggest bugbear we've ever seen is in there. There's a dire wolf in there that makes Best Boy look like a piece of jerky. And I'm pretty sure that's Gundren on the ground that we need to try to pick up. Yet again, y'all, we came through the back door. What do y'all want to do?
I'm thinking stealth. I'm thinking.
I look at Oziar and I go,
He just raises his hands up.
all right.
This is exactly what we came for. Gundren Rockseeker laying there. Pretty sure it's him. It's only other that direwolf's too big to not be the boss battle.
And we'll pause it right there, and we'll go from there next week.